Hey everybody, welcome back to Lemon Branch Travels, and today we're kicking things off with some splashy fun over at Typhoon Lagoon, because what's a Florida day without a little water park action, right? Then we're drying off and heading straight to the Magic Kingdom for a relaxing dinner at the Columbia Harbour House. Just happens to be one of our favorite hidden gems. As the sun sets, we say a heartfelt goodbye to the rivers of America. It is a little emotional, not gonna lie, but don't worry, the night's not over yet. We hop on a few classic rides, check out some brand new merch, and I'll show you a quick hack to save major time on that crazy long line over at TRON Light Cycle Run. You know, those who travel have stories to tell, so let's go tell a story. Okay, we have made it to Typhoon Lagoon. It is very hot today. It's like 95 degrees, super humid, and there is a lot of people here. I'm gonna flip this around so you can kind of see as we walk into the front entrance. Now, Typhoon Lagoon, it's kind of interesting. They have the two water parks here. There's the Blizzard Beach, and then there's also this here, Typhoon Lagoon. Typhoon Lagoon is not open as much as Blizzard Beach. But during the summer months, they have both water parks operational. They're both open and operational during the summer, crazy summer season. But when it's this hot, oh man, it's just gonna feel so good to get warm. I mean, to get wet, because it's so warm outside. But this is the front. I mean, you can kind of see the parking lot is packed. And a lot of people are leaving right now, which is kind of nice because we went golfing this morning. So since we went golfing this morning, by the time we're actually getting here, it's open till 6 and we're coming at 2 o'clock. So it's 2 o'clock. We're just planning on spending the last 4 hours here, but there are so many people leaving. So maybe that's something to think about. I don't know. We'll have to play that out and see if that's something that, if you have just an afternoon, might be worth it. Just because, like I said, we have the annual pass and we added the water parks and sports feature, so it doesn't really matter when we get here. It's not like we paid like per day, right? So if we had paid for the entire day, that's something different. But if you just have a pass like this, I don't know, we'll have to see how busy it actually is in there and see if this is a good hack or if it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and head in, because I can't wait. This is so fun. The theming of this place, it's just like anything, it's super awesome. All right, so here's the thing that we're noticing as of right now, being here at 2 o'clock, there's only just like 2 people in front of us coming in. So there was like not even a line to get in through the tickets. And as you can see, we're one of the only ones going in, and there's just so many people going out. So all these guys have been having fun for the day. They're gonna go back and get showered, go to the parks, go to dinner, whatever it is that they're planning on doing. But we, on the other hand, are just showing up. Yeah, we're just noticing how big this park is. This is really a fun park. Okay, so when you first come in, we got guest towels, but we also have all of the merch here. We'll have to look through the souvenirs too, but here's all the souvenirs. You come and pick up complimentary towels, and then we'll head in. Okay, so towels acquired. They'll give you as many as you want per person, and then you can come in. So now it's just a matter of finding a place to go camp out. So we're just gonna kind of look around it. So this up here, there's like bars up here. Over here on this side, you got mini donuts and popcorn. And I'm sure there's a grill over there. I believe there is. So there's like actual hamburgers and things like that over on that side. Then we have the lazy river right here. So we're gonna have to jump into the lazy river. And then you got tube slides, body slides, and then the Catch a Kitty Creek. So that's the kids area over that way, but we're gonna go this way. So as we come down here, as you can see in the lazy river too, by the way, there's tubes that are in here. See how they're just floating? So you can just jump in there and grab whatever. If they're an empty tube, you just jump in them and go for it. But as you can see, these right here are pretty hot commodities in the morning. Everybody's fighting over these chairs, and there is plenty of chairs that people have just left their stuff on, but we're just kind of wander around, see if we can find just some random one that doesn't have anything on it. The other thing I like is they always have these sprinklers. Sprinklers are awesome on the pavement here because it gets so hot. So they have the sprinklers going to cool it down. It's really good. Okay, so like I said, we just kept coming around The ones with the umbrellas are still taken, but we're not going to be sitting here in the chairs. So you can see there is a lot of chairs that we just kind of found. We're just going to throw our stuff down here, cover them up with the towels, and then we're heading off to go have some fun. So this, like I said, you just keep coming around. You're going to find tons of places to find a seat. Okay, I just wanted to show you some of these slides that you can do here at Typhoon Lagoon. So they have different kinds of slides. There's the tube slides, family slides, you know, that you can do with the tubes, but there's also the Humunga Kawabunga and the storm slides. Now, Humunga Kawabunga are these slides that you see kind of coming down the hill there. I just want to come over here so you can see the bottom of them. There's like a little area that you can watch people come down, and they're a lot more serious business. So while I'm heading over that way, let's hurry and take a look at the Typhoon Lagoon, the map. So it's kind of broken up into attractions and dining, and then there's merchandise. And so the main attractions are obviously the big, huge surf pool, and then everything just kind of goes around in a circle. So you have all of the Castaway Creek, which is, you can see the big lazy river that goes all the way around, and then you have the Ketchikan Creek. That's the little kid area, which is so much fun. Then there's Mayday Falls, which is a raft ride with rapids and bumps. Then there's Gangplank Falls, multi-purpose raft ride in a huge giant tube. We're right here by the Humunga and Kawabunga. And then the storm slides are just some tube slides. There's others like Misadventure Falls. Their family raft rides. There's a lot of tube rides, a lot of rafting. But let me show you. This is the Kawabunga and the Humunga, or Humunga Kawabunga. So it's almost it's not really straight down, but it's pretty steep. And when people come down, it's pretty good. It's fast, and it kind of hurts a little bit. Not gonna lie, it actually hurts a little bit. I don't know if we're gonna see people. Oh, here they come. We'll see how they come skipping out of here. One other thing that Typhoon Lagoon really has a lot of is food. There's a lot of different food areas to get different ice cream, and there's also hamburgers and salads, and there's a great variety of these around the park, and there's a lot of them. So this here is sodas. You get ice cream, different snacks like that. So there is definitely, I feel like there's more here than there is at Blizzard Beach. It seems like Blizzard Beach has one main area for the hamburgers and stuff, and it is really crowded at lunchtime. And so you have a lot of wait. But here it seems like there's a bigger selection and more variety, and there's just more of them. And they're spread out a little bit better. This ride over here is really fun. That one that you see with the netting around it, it's like a roller coaster where it pushes you up the hill. So there's big jets that push you up the hill. That's a really fun ride too. Over on this side, you got the wave pool. But like I said, see how there's like a bar there? There's just a lot more places to get food and drinks at this. There's a Joffrey's right there. So anyway, I just think it's designed really, really good for a lot more crowds and a lot more food, if that makes sense. More crowds, more food options. Oh, there's also lockers back there too. So that's another thing that's kind of cool. There's some lockers as you come in. Well, let's go check out some of the merch. See if there's anything cool in the merch shop, and then let's see what they've got in here. All right, so we got lots of little kid stuff, and obviously some tie-dyed shirts and the hats. So as you would expect, being here at Typhoon Lagoon, there's going to be a lot of beach stuff. So there's some swim trunks, name brand stuff. Let's check out. So they got some matching stuff here. Cover-ups. Some dresses.
Go ahead and buy it.
Get some water shoes. And then Stitch is really big right now, obviously. But you can buy a bunch of towels. Check out these towels, they're pretty cool. And then, of course, here's just some of the same t-shirts that they have everywhere. So some of the similar t-shirts. But I want to go over onto the other side. I think there's some other cool stuff. So over here they have some other designer, like Billabong. They have actual name brand stuff over here. Quicksilver shorts. And then they have actual Billabong, and I'm seeing a lot of Billabong over here. And Roxy. So they got Roxy and Quicksilver. So some nicer swimming suits over on this side. Okay, so they do have this Aloha shirt with Mickey on it, and then they have these swimming suits that kind of match, and then these are kind of cool, swim trunks. And then there is a matching rash guard right there. That's a navy blue rash guard. Oh, they also have, that's in the same print, they have these visors. So that's kind of cool. All right. I think that's about all we've seen. I mean, that's all there is to see on the merch. Oh, and then if you do forget sunscreen, they do sell it here. And then that's about it. So, okay. All right, I failed to film this on the way in. This is really cool. Look at this. Got Rex. Is that Rex or a wannabe Rex? I'm not really sure. That's kind of cute, huh? All right. So then this is the entrance and the exit. It says see you real soon. Okay, as we head out, you can see there's hardly any cars here. So one thing that Disney does do, all of that music and everything, it's called the H2O After Hour. So they're obviously keeping it open late for a special event tonight. And it looked like it was for Disney Vacation Club. So they're keeping it open late tonight for that. There was lots of signs and banners for it. But anyway, this is a really fun place to come. And so to report back on my findings, honestly, when we got here at 2 o'clock, I wasn't sure what to expect as far as lines go. Gotta say, there was just not that many. The longest we waited was about a half an hour for one of the family tube rides, which now that I've done it, it was, I mean, you wait a half an hour for maybe 20 seconds worth of water slide. So it just wasn't, I don't know if it was really worth it, but everything else, with the exception of that one ride, which I don't know why everybody was in line for that, but everything else was really fun, and we just did not have to, we didn't have to wait. The next longest wait was maybe 10 minutes, but other than that, coming in the afternoon was really a good way to do it. So if you have other things to do, such as what we did this morning when we went golfing, you know, you could also go to downtown Disney area, or what is the Disney Springs. They used to call it downtown Disney. But if you want to go to Disney Springs and take in some of that and then hit this after, I mean, Disney Springs, literally, I'm going to show you how close we are to Disney Springs. It's right across the street from Typhoon Lagoon. So that's what I was saying, you know, if you wanted to go do a little bit of shopping, then that's not a bad idea either. So turn this around. The trees are kind of blocking it, but if you're familiar with these buildings right here, we're really, truly across the street from Disney Springs. And so you could go do some shopping and let the crowds kind of disperse by 2 o'clock. It gives you 4 hours. It's not a bad way to go. However, if you don't have a Disney like annual pass or something like that, then that's a whole different story. So if you're planning on just coming here for the day, then, you know, just plan on doing that. Get your money's worth that way. But anyway, so yeah, now I think we're gonna try and head to the Magic Kingdom tonight. So we're gonna go and get changed and get ready to head over. Maybe we'll find some dinner somewhere. So okay, I just wanted to show, this is the entrance into Typhoon Lagoon. And what you can see is Cirque du Soleil straight across there. So that tells you where Disney Springs is. And then all the parking and everything, you see there's Grapefruit Garage, Orange Garage, all that over there is Disney Springs. So you can see the proximity of Typhoon Lagoon. That's why I said if you have an annual pass, or this is a really good way to take advantage of doing like a Disney shopping day and then coming straight over to Typhoon Lagoon. Okay, so we have just now parked at the Ticket and Transportation Center. We are going to head in tonight to the Magic Kingdom. So we have had quite a fun day. We've been able to accomplish quite a bit with our golfing, Typhoon Lagoon, and now we're going to go into the parks. We're going to get some dinner probably. We're thinking maybe Harbour House tonight, but I'm not sure. We're going to get in there and see. We think kind of a lobster roll might sound good tonight. So anyway, we're going to head in, going to get some dinner and catch some fireworks and maybe a little bit of rides, but I just wanted you to see kind of what the Ticket and Transportation Center looks like. It's pretty busy tonight. This up here is all the preferred parking, and so if people paid for preferred parking, they get up here. However, they parked us clear back at the very back, and I think we missed it by literally like 2 minutes, because the whole string of cars now is able to come all the way up here to the front. If you saw one of my last vlogs, I talked about one of the hacks. If you're coming here later in the evening and you have a car, if you get here, we got here, I think it was 8:30, and it was wide open. There was no parking attendant, so it's free. If you don't have an annual pass, at that point they open everything up for just the parking lot's just opened at like 8 or 8:30. I'm not sure what it is, so don't quote me on that, but I know we got here, I think it was closer to 8:30, and we could come all the way up and park right at the front. Okay, so this is a look at what the monorail situation looks like. And like I said, it's pretty cleared out. If you're here at Rope Drop, it's just crazy how many people are here. But the Magic Kingdom monorail, this is the Express monorail over here on the left side. So this is, you just bypass having to stop at the resorts. So Magic Kingdom only. Okay, so we were able to jump off the monorail. We were the first ones off, so that worked out nice. So all we got to do is just head over here to get through our tickets. And then we're going to head into go straight to Harbour House for dinner. I did the mobile ordering, so that's a really convenient thing. There it is, thank you. All right, and then it gives you a little happy dance. So anyway, check this out. It's not even that busy tonight, at least not right here. And the train is up, yeah, the train's going. So that's fun. That has been down for refurbishment for a long time, so that's actually up and running again right now. So anyway, let's head in and see how crowded and busy it is. The thing I like to see is all the people leaving and not as many people coming, so maybe it'll kind of empty out. This is our first time back in probably about 2 months. It is so, oh my gosh, it just gets you so giddy every time you walk in. So fun. And then being able to see the castle. Seeing the castle for the first time, every time, look how awesome. So yes, it's definitely busy. You can see how many people are here. It's summer. Okay, we just got to Harbour House, and it looks like our food is ready to go get picked up, but we came and grabbed a table first, and then since we grabbed a table, I'll go grab our food and I'll show you what it's all about. Okay, so there is the fish platter. It's kind of buried under the fries, but that's the fish platter. And then that is the lobster roll and the fries. That's half of it. There's the other half right there. And then here is the clam chowder, which is actually a really good clam chowder. And it does come with some oyster crackers. And then, of course, they have tartar sauce and ketchup, mustard, whatever you need at the condiment counter. But that's what we ended up getting. And then also tonight,
There's just a bunch of waters. I just grabbed us a whole bunch of waters for us to make sure we continue to drink a lot of water. And so that is our dinner for tonight. And this actually is pretty good. I know it doesn't look like much, especially on the camera, but that is actually a pretty decent lobster roll. The fries are always good, and the clam chowder is really good for what it is. So there's dinner tonight.
Okay, wanted to just get a little bit of this footage. This is about the last time, in fact, this is the last time we are going to be able to see Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer's Island. Tomorrow morning we will come back and I will go over there and we'll see it in the daylight. It's closed right now because it's too late. But all of this is getting closed in about 2 weeks. So it'll be interesting to see how fast they board all this up and close it all down. But we're looking at about 2 weeks left of being able to go back over there. So tomorrow's the day. We'll go over there and see. I'm going to get just a bunch of footage over there because I just want to be able to remember it, and hopefully it'll make sense to you guys as well, just to try and document it as best as we can, to just remember all the cool things there are to explore over there before we can't do it anymore. Okay, so we are going to jump into Pirates. It's only a 5-minute wait right now, but you can see that the tavern, they're still working on it. All the boards are still up. But hopefully that'll be coming along pretty soon. But only a 5-minute wait. We're going to jump in here. We're going to do it.
You can really smell it.
Yeah, you can smell it. As we come in, we're just commenting how you can smell the chlorine from the water. You really smell the chlorine. We haven't made it in yet, but we're just yeah, look, we're heading right in. Yeah, Pirates chlorine. And now we're kind of getting into the inside of the ride. It definitely smells like chlorine. The later in the day, Pirates seems to just drop. So if you're here in the mornings, if you see a 20-minute wait for Pirates, and then it gets 35, and then it gets 45, just wait until later in the day, and then it drops down to virtually nothing. So it's always just a walk-on later on. So just something to think about. Okay, just checking out some of the merch here in the Emporium. And a lot of it is the same that it's been for the last several months. But there's a few things different. Let's see if we can find anything different. Those have all been here for the last several months. The lounge flies, those are all pretty much the same. Stitch is really a big thing right now. We got Monsters, the Haunted Mansion, and then just the pink and the black. So we definitely have a nice display of all of those. And they have redone it
for the checkout right here, as you can see. This is all a new checkout system here. So they have moved a lot of the merchandise that was back in this corner and made it all one big checkout area. So that's kind of different and interesting. Let's take a look at these over here. So that's a cool hoodie. Look how cool that blue is. Let's see if there's anything on the back of it, because that's cool. Oh yes, it's the full castle. So that's cool, that's new. Or just this plain white where dreams come true. This is a lot lighter material. It's not like a really thick fleece. So it looks like it, but it's not. It's not a very thick, so that's pretty. Some 4th of July merch in right now. So these are some pretty cool 4th of July shirts. That one's pretty awesome. Let's see what else we can see over here. USA Walt Disney World. So this is a lot of their 4th of July merch coming in. And then these jerseys. This is a really cool jersey. Check that out. Walt Disney World. This one's really cool. Okay, so they're $75. And let's see what's on the back. Oh, $71 for the year that it opened. But that's a cool jersey. Yeah, that one's cool. All right, just checking out the candy counter here at the confectionery. See if there's anything new and fancy. The cherry candy apple. And then the customizing your popcorn, it's the M&M S'mores popcorn mix. That's what's going on this month. So that's kind of the look of the treats in here this month. See if there's anything over here. Fancy cupcakes. And the line over here is, so that's where you can build your own popcorn, and the line is clear back. This is not one I would recommend getting in line for that popcorn. You got to do it much earlier. Okay, so we came back here to Tomorrowland. Laugh Floor is closed for the night, but it's only a 5-minute standby wait for Buzz Lightyear Space-Year Sprint. Now, we're going to go in and check it out because I think they're going to be closing this pretty soon too, because they're going to do a major refurbishment here and update the ride vehicles, and they're also going to update the blasters. So they're going to be doing some major updating here, but while we can, we're going to go jump in here. Besides that, I feel the air conditioning. It feels pretty darn good. But this is a 5-minute wait, which usually means it's a walk-on. So yes, this is just a complete walk-on. When it says 5-minute wait, it basically means this right here. You just get right on. Thank you. Okay, so this is the ride vehicle that's going to be getting a major refurbishment, and you will notice that it's just the basic controls. But okay, so what I'm saying is the blaster itself is stuck in here. Okay, so after Buzz Lightyear, we jumped on to the People Mover because there's no one in line up here either. So everybody's lining up for the fireworks right now. Fireworks are supposed to start in about 5 minutes. So everybody's out there on Main Street ready for the fireworks. So that's why we're able to jump onto some of these rides right now.
For a bit of light, speedy competition.
So the fireworks did just start, but I don't know if we're going to see them from here. We can hear the music.
Oncoming vehicles. Thank you.
Let's look at TRON. It claims it's a 70-minute, but I'm not seeing the queue out 70 minutes. So I don't think it's really 70 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's not. Because when it's 70 minutes, you can see the queue clear out.
TRON is posted currently at a 70-minute wait. The fireworks are going on. Check out how pretty that moon is. So the fireworks are currently going on, and we came back here to TRON since we were already right here, and I want to see if they leave that as a posted wait time on purpose, so that they don't like just. I wonder if they're trying to control a bunch of people just like madly coming here. But see this queue out here, when it's 70 minutes, it's all this queue is already filled up with people. There's nobody here right now. So I am highly suspect that it's not 70 minutes because the queue is not out here. We'll see how far back the queue is, but once it enters into the building here, it's definitely not going to be 70 minutes. So far, that 70 minutes, I just think that they're using that as a crowd control mechanism during the fireworks. So at least for right now, I'm thinking that we're moving through this really fast. We'll see what the final time is once we get through it. But yeah, this is still definitely not going to be 70 minutes. Okay, here is the actual update. I'm looking at the time. That was exactly, so it is 10:04. That is exactly 30 minutes and we are off the ride. So 30 minutes through the queue, 30 minutes to ride the ride, get through the lockers, get our backpack, and still make it out in 30 minutes. Point is during the fireworks, no matter what, I would just come back and check. If you want to ride TRON, if you want to ride TRON, you don't want to wait all the wait times, you don't care about the fireworks, just come back and check no matter what. Chances are, even if it says 65 or 70 minutes, if you can get into the building like I was showing you, then you're golden. It's not going to be near that long. So anyway, that was my experience tonight. So, and it's worth the ride. It's worth the wait. That is super fun. Awesome ride. So, ooh, you got to check out the moon. Check out the moon right there with Space Mountain. That's a shot right there. Check that out. Oh. You got a full moon with Space Mountain. Dang, that's really pretty. Awesome. Okay, so the park just closed, and I want to show you the lines they have set up for the monorail. The monorail looks like an absolute nightmare right now, and so does trying to get on the ferry to go back. I mean, there's just hordes and hordes of people out here. And I will tell you, in the past, we have done a trick of going to the resorts instead of doing the express monorail. Let's see how long it takes to get to the
monorails to your right.
resorts over here.
Disney Resort buses to your left.
Look at all the people over here. There is just thousands of people crowding into the express monorail. Over here, it's the going to the resorts. Now, here's the trick. The trick is if you did park at the Ticket and Transportation Center, this stops there. You just have to make one stop at the Contemporary, and then you're at the Ticket and Transportation Center. So this right here is a third of the wait, maybe even more than that. So while we're waiting for the monorail, check it out. What a fun little treat. We got the little boat parade going. Okay, you guys. I got home, started to do some editing with this video, and realized that I had lost some of the footage. So anyway, just to give you kind of an update, that really is such a good hack to be able to just get in the monorail on the resort side. You will stop at the Contemporary, but you will make it to the Transportation and Ticket Center. And it does take a few minutes no matter what you do coming out of Magic Kingdom. With all those people, it's been a big party. It's been so much fun. Everybody's tired. Everybody wants to get back to either the hotel or wherever, and they just want to crash. But that is such a good hack
to at least get you a little bit further ahead. So wink, wink, don't tell everybody, right? So it's a good hack. But I just wanted to say thank you so much, you guys, for sticking it out with us. This was a super fun day. So if you did like this, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. We've got so much more fun content coming out. So I really appreciate you guys sticking it out to the end, and we will see you on the next video.